Okay, so the doorbell rang and I couldn't get here in time, but Mr. FedEx just left the package on the door. Look what we have here. Yes, we have the best unboxing coming up next. Stay tuned. Hello, my friends. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Today, we are going to experience an unboxing of a great product. It is the Real Feel golf mat. Now, here's the deal. Every golfer needs a great golf mat because sometimes there's some things that you just want to work on at home. Sometimes you want to work on your chips or your pitches. Sometimes you want to work on your full swing. The challenge for many of us has been that we do not have a great mat. Even more, we do not want to tear up our lawns, right? Because we know with ball first contact, the club is then also going to go into the ground, and we don't want our well-manicured lawns turned into a fairway where we don't have superintendents and that type of thing to take care of them. So we have to guard against that, and that's where a great mat comes in. Now, there are so many mats out there, and I'm guessing many of you have used some of them that are just kind of some paper thin mats, right? You know, just nothing much. Something like this, you know, you've seen it. Nothing much, right? This looks great, looks green, looks like grass, but the minute we strike down on this or the wind blows, frankly, it's a goner, right? So those don't work. We've got something great we're going to talk about. But before we get to that, I wanted to say this. So even if you're not planning to build out a super fancy at-home practice facility, having the basics, a great mat, maybe a chipping or a pitching net, and we're going to have some videos to talk about all these some great products that you can get at a very reasonable price to have at your at-home setup. As I mentioned earlier, right now we're in a situation where many of us will not be able to get to a practice facility for quite some time. So right now, let's be proactive. Let's figure out how can we work on our game so that we can be even better when we get a chance to get back out on the course into the practice facility on a more regular basis. And then, well beyond these dark times and challenging times with which we're dealing right now, we'll have these pieces and we'll be able to practice and further improve our game as we go along. So now today, I'm shooting from a space here in my home that's a little bit different. I usually do product reviews and that type of thing in my home office, which is upstairs, but this mat is a solid guy. So since it's gonna come back downstairs, I figured we'll just shoot it a little closer to the door because it's heavy. I was not prepared for this. I guess I never really paid attention to how much they weighed. I'd used them at various facilities over the years. This mat comes in at 26 pounds. Now that'll tell you it is solid. So right now, let's unbox it and check it out. This mat, that's a real mat. That's a real mat. I want you to lift that up and see that. Boom, solid. So it will withstand the weather. It won't blow away. And equally important, this is just one of the great things. It will receive your own tee. So here we go, look at that. That's a regular old tee that we use out there in the fairway, right? Let me back that up, can you see? It's a regular old tee that we use. Boom. That's important. It feels so good. It's really, really good. So there are a couple other features that make this mat just the best for at-home, regular, consistent practice. The big one, as I mentioned, as I demonstrated, is that you can use your own tee. And that's really important because a lot of times, I know it drives me crazy when I'm practicing or even when during instruction if I'm on the mat. those fake tees, right? Those big ones, they're too short, they're too long. They are not reflective of what we use in normal play, and so they can be a real hassle and also impede the quality of our practice. So here you can use your tees, you can put them up to your height and they hold just fine. Here's one of the biggest advantages of this mat, one of the biggest features that I love so much with this mat. You are able to swing down and through just as if you're playing out on the fairway. There's no bouncing back. You know, a lot of times when you're hitting on the mat, you're hitting, fat behind the ball or just irregular and inconsistent because the concrete and the cheap mat don't play the way grass and the fairway would. Not with this mat. On point. It is true to form practice, and I can't say enough for that. That is so valuable because if you're practicing, you want to be able to simulate real-time conditions as much as possible. Down and through, huge feature. So I mentioned, great mat, real feel golf mat, comes in a variety of sizes. Now this size that I rolled out, you'll see is pretty generous. This is the 3x5. And I got that because I use mine for personal custom instruction as well as doing things like this in the video. So I need to have a good space. I may need to use a driver. I may need to use the entire cadre of clubs in my bag. If you're going to practice, maybe focus on shorter shots or don't have as much space or that type of thing, they come in a variety of sizes. I recommend the strip, which is a fraction of size and cost of this product, but just the same quality, just a smaller dimension. Now, you might be asking, well, the cheap mat cost me $12. What's that net costing me? This mat, I will not kid you, it is not the most inexpensive, but if you're a golfer and you plan to practice, it's a very, what I feel, realistic investment because you can use it every day. I'm one of those golfers that, apart from being a teaching professional, I tend to like to practice in spurts. I may be sitting after dinner and, kind of want to work on a few little, 10-yard chips. With this mat, I can walk out the back door and practice 10-yard chips. I can't do that, certainly not on my lovely lawn and not on the cheap mat. So it's a matter of investment. We've got link below to get great pricing on the mat. Free shipping comes with it. It's a great investment, guys. So I would say take a look at it, think about it, but make the investment, invest in yourself, your time and your game. Think about how much time you can save if you could get quality 15 minutes to 20 minutes of practice in your yard anytime you wanted to for real feel. Waking up in the morning, got around to play, not sure you're going to be able to get out there early enough to get your short game practice in. You could practice while the toast is popping. There you go. So think of it that way. It's investment. The links are below. We're going to be posting some videos about a bunch of products that can help you manage your game at home, grow your game, improve while we get through this pandemic and life in general. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.